Moving on to the next two growth hacking techniques. Here is the first one, test weird CTA copy. So I'll tell you why it is weird. However, CTA stands for call to action. Call to action is something we will talk about here is filling up a form and leaving your email address is a call to action. Okay, so how do we test that, and how does that the CTA copy becomes weird? I'll tell you that in a minute. Now, once you fill up the form or the email address here, you must have notified, like you must have come across, the button, and most of the buttons would say learn more or sign up or download. Um, just there is like a little psychological effect to the visitor. Just to myself, if I see that sign up, I would relate that to something that I have to pay. If it is a download, then I'm little skeptical about that. Maybe I don't want to download on my system. But if you put like something very, like in this case, it says I am in, and the probability of leaving the email becomes, it increases. So you can say I am in, or something like let's go, a very short, like maybe a word or two little words you can put in here, that increases the hit rate. Okay, so that is something which you need to test, and whatever you're offering, that needs to relate to that, but it has to be very catchy. It should entice people to actually go ahead and leave the email address, because that is your objective. All right, so just be weirder for that matter. And for example, in this case, it's showing that this is me, Ramit Sethi, I am sad. Why? Because you haven't confirmed your subscription. So what happened is, when they in email marketing, or wherever the email is going to go, and to the database. For example, I'll just take MailChimp. So if you're using MailChimp or any of the email service provider, then the email will go in that database. Now, in email marketing, we call it, I mean, there's this technical term which is called single opt-in and double opt-in. Single opt-in is that you don't have, you fill in the email and just click I am in, and then you get the access to the product or services or ebook or whatever you're offering here. But in double opt-in, you have to go back to your email address and verify the email. Okay, this is what we are talking about in here, that you have not confirmed your subscription. So this is double opt-in. So difference between the single opt-in and double opt-in primarily is that double opt-in will actually eliminate all the junk emails. So if I go here, and if it is a single opt-in, I can just put any email I like it could be xyz@gmail.com, and I hit the button, I get what I want to get. Okay, but with double opt-in, you have to verify. That means that is exactly the email address, and that it authenticates that it is the right email. Okay, so just look at the ideology of actually writing this small message. Um, However, it says confirmed, so I am sad because you haven't confirmed your subscription to my free newsletter by clicking the link in your inbox. So what happened in here is that the email has gone on to the for verification on the email address which is provided here in here, and then the person or the individual has actually not confirmed or not verify the email address. Okay, so that means I can't send you. So there is a little emotional message here. That means he is trying to say that, hey, look, you came to my website, you were looking for that information. I'm really sad that I cannot send that information to you, because that's what you've been looking for. And I don't want to be sad anymore. I want to show you how to earn more money and beat the bank. So it's something related to finance. If you go back to your inbox and click the confirmation link, so he's again telling the person to go back to the email address and confirm the link, then I will send you my best material for free, and we can both be happy. Okay, so This is something that you have to keep on, experimenting. Another example is Groupon, which is actually they are relating to Ferrari, and so these are I'm not going to read the whole message here, but the ideology here is that you need to be weirder, and you need to be, because you need to get the email address of people. So how you can do that is a very small hack, but it works. If you change the the um, call to action button, sign up button, or whichever button you are putting in, and you make that really enticing, or entice people to click that link, that button, then you will see the number of people who put in their email address as well. Okay. Now the other second technique is use contrasting color for your CTA. Now this is something which I have actually learned, that color actually plays a very important role in especially on your website, and how people actually engage with you. It depends quite a lot on colors, because the colors of your website, inside your website, it is something which actually people are looking at, because there's no one to talk to them. So there's no physical interaction happening. So the colors are something that which needs to stand out. So let's look at some of the examples here. First example is, so if you see this one, so this is our story. This is button here, a very light one. This one is, you can see the sign up button, which is in orange. So orange color, I have experience that it actually highlights it stands out. But depend again, if you have not a white background, if you have a different background and it doesn't match with orange, it might be a green button. So let's say in this case, it is the background is blue and the button color is green. So the moment I go to this page, it is exactly actually my I'm getting more straight away coming to this green color, because this is the only color which stands out of the whole page. Let's look at this one. Now this is more or less when you see this page again, I actually see submit button naturally, because this is highlighting, and it is the way it has been set, or it has been placed here. All right, so these are the some techniques. Like, it sounds, or it looks little, how do you say, looks little very common, or but it has a lot of value. And you will see, if you apply all these small little hacks, it will actually will make a lot of difference. And you will see that the growth is actually will be exponentially. So coming back to these two tips, we talked about talking about the first one, which is the text which goes here, and then we're talking about the color of that particular button which you're putting on your sign up form. Okay, this is it for this video. I will see you in the next video. Next coming up, another two cool really techniques. Bye for now. See you soon.